So Lilith was the first wife of Adam in, Jewish mythology and mythology in general. And she's not actually referred in the Torah, so to speak, but she's there. Her presence is there. And she's like, I feel she's the first feminist. She's the first, person who asks difficult questions. And she's a woman. And so, she doesn't really come back as Adam's wife, so to speak. She has her own, life and world, and she lives under the Red Sea. And so she's an interesting character to be using as a jumping board to be able to talk about today's socio-political issues, to talk about what's happening today. And so I use her as a character. My work is a lot about recycling mythology. And this mythology is very interesting to me. But if I paint this mythology in its place and time, it would be redundant. It would be boring. It would be repeating the same story. The most exciting part for me is when I take this mythology and I recycle it. I give it new life and I bring it forth to today to talk about today's socio-political issues of what's happening today. That is what is exciting to me. So I am Indian, I'm American, I'm Jewish, and these are all parts of my multiple identities. I'm also a woman, so being an artist and being able to kind of come to terms with all of these different identities. My characters are blue-skinned. They're the color of the sky and the ocean. They belong everywhere and nowhere. And so that feeling of belonging everywhere and nowhere is really a big part of me. I sometimes feel very rooted, and sometimes I feel very unrooted or, not belonging anywhere. And so to come to terms with that, I think that is what I deal with in my work a lot. I think a lot of people can sympathize and understand that because we don't have to come from one place not to feel like we don't belong. I come from India, and it's connected to erotism. Eroticness in India is a Kama Sutra. It's connected to that. And so my characters also come from comic book characters, from Indian comic books, from Indian mythology, from Muslim, Islamic mythology. I studied Indian Persian miniature paintings. I look at Indian comic books. I look at Western comic books. I like Superwoman, And so all this mixture of what do you call sexual and woman power is what I kind of, is part of my work, and I try to celebrate that as best as I can, and I have a lot of fun doing it.